Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong. Oh my God. Like, I don't have to tell you the kind of craziness it has been. The day after tomorrow, pretty much. I mean, right? It's May 20th, 2020 will go down in history books in the industry the day they released the Snyder Cut. Okay, we haven't watched it yet. It's still 2021. Okay, but essentially they made the announcement. They are releasing the Snyder Cut. And this is just a huge moment. I mean, I could go on for hours and hours. I've talked to several people, DMs, the timeline is just flooding with fans from people outside the world. The entire world is all talking about Zack Snyder's Justice League, release the Snyder Cut. The fandom did it. We did it, guys. We fought and we did it. This is amazing. Zack Snyder's Justice League. It is a huge pivotal moment. This is a game changer in the industry. It is quite awesome. So before I just blow my lid off, which I kind of did in my other video, if you haven't gotten to check it out, the actual Justice League announcement, me just going nuts over it, and of course the whole Man of Steel watch party watch. It's what a week. It's like, what's going on? Like, Barry, thank you so much for changing the timeline wherever you are. But yeah, Zack Snyder's Justice League, this beautiful official reveal from Zack Snyder. HBO Max and AT&T and HBO Max PR, Warner Media, like Jason Kilar, they've been really, and even every HBO account, even HBO Asia, who was kind of with us for a long time, has been tweeting out about Snyder Cut, has been responding to fans, has been an incredible engagement with fans, and retweeting and tweeting. They are in themselves making this go higher and higher, baby. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? So HBO Max put this out. This is the moment we were all waiting for. Let's relive this short little moment that will make history. That has made history. What am I talking about? Check this out. On Wednesday, May 20th, Zack Snyder hosted a watch party. He screened Man of Steel for thousands of fans.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, play.
Zack surprised the audience with a special guest, Henry Cavill.
Hey guys, thought I might crash your little watch party.
A little warm up. During a live Q&A, he answered fans' biggest question.
Have a question.
Thank you, Danny.
That is the mother of all our questions as a fandom. When will you release the Snyder Cut?
There it is.
Yes.
There it is,
It's a hard
Justin.
question.
Brent,
I don't know. What do you think, Henry?
I reckon you should show it.
We're doing it. So
doing it.
get ready.
Oh my God! Look at them go nuts! Look at them go nuts! Zack Snyder's Justice League 2021, HBO Max, where HBO meets so much more. That is awesome. It's such a great thing to see them doing it this way. And by the way, please subscribe to HBO Max if you can. It's $11.99 right now. It's not sponsored by me. I'm just telling you, if we can get more people to respond to HBO Max, show them we have enough subscriptions, oh, maybe we can make some more. You know what I mean? I mean, just come on. Okay, so $11.99 until the 27th. But HBO Max, AT&T has been doing incredible amounts of work. Actually, like Warner Media, excited to bring the story to fans. What a great day. See how they're just responding to this. They're just really just going all out with it now. Release the Snyder Cut. Zack Snyder's Justice League. Zack Snyder this, Zack Snyder that. It's incredible stuff. They're really eating him up. They realize that the fans, their customer base, really wants this, and they're going to give it to them. That is a right way to treat be a company, to treat their fandom, and I love it. It's incredible stuff. But we also have to look at how Zack Snyder and them doing. Well, they're doing great. Zack Snyder and Debbie Snyder, by the way, but I don't have that pulled up. they actually had this banner flown outside and says, "Thanks HBO Max and Warner Brothers. Hashtag release the Snyder Cut." This is awesome. This is kind of like an homage to, like a year or so ago, where we all paid for an airplane to fly the banner up to release the Snyder Cut over Warner Brothers. And this is kind of like a closure to that, like an homage to that. Thanks HBO Max and Warner Brothers. Hashtag release Snyder Cut. That's right. Thank you indeed, HBO Max. Thank you, Warner Media. Thank you, AT&T. Thank you, Warner Brothers, for releasing the Snyder Cut. This is so incredibly awesome. This is incredibly awesome. And then I have so many tabs here. There's so much to talk about, but so little time. Of course, Jason Momoa was one of the first ones. Him and Ray Fisher, one of the first people. Well, Henry Cavill was already on screen, but they're one of the first people that made a little video about it. So this is Jason Momoa's reaction to the whole thing.
You see that shit? You see that shit? You put it out there. You believe that? Releasing the Snyder Cut? HBO Max, man, I can't believe it. It's happening, finally. Release the Snyder Cut. Give it to me!
Yes, it's happening. So that's Jason Momoa. Oh man, Jason Momoa has been a very, very, like, before this, he had that Mark Twight video where he said to release the Snyder Cut, and this is the follow-up. Ray Fisher, this is just a portion, by the way. He went on Twitch. He didn't save it. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to watch it. Damn it! But he did a whole 4-hour live stream, and so but they took this clip out, him getting emotional after the support from Release the Snyder Cut. Check this little minute clip out.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to all you guys. Shout out to the support, especially the support that you've given the Snyders for Autumn and for their family. I know they appreciate it beyond. Oh man, here we go. All right. Oh man. It means a lot. Man, y'all gotta give me a second.
It's kind of when he went off camera and just just cried for a bit. I mean, it's emotional. I mean, just yesterday I wanted to cry too. But it has been hard. I mean, it hit everybody hard, and
all right, we back. It means the world, I know, to the Snyders. It's meant the world to me. Thank you. Ooh, you already know. Come on, baby.
I think out of all the cast, I feel so much good, so much heartfelt for Ray Fisher. He might as well be Ray Snyder. Ray Fisher, because this was a big movie for him, right? He's the heart of Justice League. He would have had a huge arc, an entire arc. It was pretty much the origin of Cyborg, and we never got to see it. So I am so happy that he is incredibly. I'm so happy that we will get that chance. And I'm so happy that Cyborg will finally be the heart of Justice League. He will finally come back and do this, and actually we can actually see him how he should have been, right? I mean, he's such a good guy. I love this guy. But yeah, so Ray Fisher, it's meant to world to him. It's meant a world to everybody, and yeah, I also agree. It's for justice for Autumn, indeed, justice for Autumn Snyder, indeed. I'm sure wherever she is, she's smiling down upon the world right now. So anyway, so not only that, Ben Affleck actually had some words. He posted on Twitter. He tweeted out 2021 and then put this picture out. He changed the entire Facebook and an Instagram. Facebook, and it says Zack Snyder's Justice League. On Instagram as well. He tagged everybody. He tagged. Where do we have that? Okay, it was the next one. So he went on Instagram, tagged Ray Fisher Gal, Jason Momoa, Henry Cavill. Of course, Ezra Miller doesn't have social media, so I think his band does, but maybe band doesn't know that. Tagged them and started following them again. I don't know why he wasn't following. Something must have happened, but he started following them all again. And so it's like Batman uniting the league once again, right? But he also had some words, and this was actually on the Kevin Smith's Fat Man show. So listen here.
Ben Affleck in his place.
I just want to say I'm sorry I couldn't make it on there live, but I'm very excited that Zach's getting a chance to finally see his vision realized. I think it's a great thing. I'm really excited for the fans to get to see it, and I want to say thank you to the fans because it was their enthusiasm and their passion that made it happen. Without fan support, I don't think it ever happened. And I love Zach, and I love his version of the movie, and I look forward to everyone getting a chance to see it. What up, Smith? I'm the bomb and phantoms. What can I say?
He is the bomb and phantoms.
He's the bomb in Phantoms, yo. But he's also the bomb as Batman, yo. All right? He's the bomb as Batman. Word, bitch. Batflick like a motherfucker. What's up? Love that guy. I stand Ben Affleck. I stand Zack Snyder. Reportedly, he is like one of the biggest supporters for the Snyder Cut. He was one of the biggest supporters. Like, he'd only do Batman if Zack Snyder asked him to do it, and Zack Snyder indeed asked him to do it, and he said, let's do it. That's right, guys. Ben Affleck is back as Batman. So if you wanted to see more Ben Affleck as Batman, which to me is the greatest Batman on screen, live action on screen, then you better watch out, because Ben Affleck is back. Batfleck is back. How cool is that? Like, how cool is that? I can't even be. I'm like, this is such a cool moment. Like, I'm so emotional these past 2 days. It is completely amazing. Henry Cavill was there. But he also posted on his only social media that I know of, Henry Cavill, he posted the picture of himself it's in black and white, so you can't really tell if it's the black suit or not. Smart. Zack Snyder's Justice League, that character poster, everybody had a character poster. Henry Cavill just had a little chat with Zack Snyder after a Man of Steel watch party. Ladies and gentlemen, it finally happened. The Snyder Cut will be out next year. Now, I know there have been two camps over the whole Snyder Cut thing, and whether it will ever happen for a while, just remember, we all get to have more Justice League now. It's a win-win. So be nice to each other. Big congratulations to you, Mr. Snyder. Release the Snyder Cut, Zack Snyder Justice League. Pride of Gypsies, Aquaman himself. Love you, bro. Excited for the world to see. Smiley. Even Danny Garcia says exciting times. Look at all these people. Gal, however, has been quiet since March, so we don't know what hopefully in the later days she'll respond as well. But speaking about Justice League, we're still going to go on the Justice League thing right now. What do you say? This is McD tweeting out. What do you say we celebrate Zack Snyder's Justice League sometime perhaps next year with a charity screening at the, I don't know where this is, Irish Film Institute. The IFI is the home of film in Ireland with a mission to exhibit, preserve, and educate. In aid of AWARE. AWARE is a nonprofit organization providing education, support, and information around depression and bipolar disorder. AWARE's charity number is listed right there. And who knows, maybe we could have a guest of honor with us. I hear they've got a seat with his name on it. Hashtag release the Snyder Cut. Mick, I can't help but notice you tag Zack Snyder in here. What's up with that? What's up with that? Now, although I think maybe it's possibly the easiest person to get over there. I'm sure Zack Snyder has a private plane, but I think Henry Cavill will probably be the closest to Ireland. But hey, what do I know? It's still next year. But I'm very jealous. I'm jealous, Mick. I don't think I can go to Ireland next year, but I'm so happy for you guys. I'm so happy that they're able to play this movie, right? This movie over there as a charity screening over there in Ireland. I am so happy to see that. But wow, you guys are going to sit there for 4+ hours, but I know it's going to go fly by, because it's going to be an exceptional film. But I'm still jealous you get to see it in theaters. I'm still jealous to get to see it in theaters, but I am so happy for anybody who gets to attend there. Now, right now, there is no, this is probably just an early announcement. No details yet, but, you know, I'll be sure to get that to you once I soon see it, or maybe I'll discuss with Mick. But yeah, in honor the screening, it's to aid this foundation, this is charity. So everything we've done is all about charity. It's all about charity, whether it's American Foundation of Suicide Prevention, it's about feeding, for food, or, you know, this one as well, which is also much like American Suicide Foundation, but it's another organization in regards to depression. So thank you so much, Mick D, for that, and we'll be sure to get you more information on that. There's an update for that May 27th event that we were going to do. We were going to say HBO Max, you know, Zack Snyder's Justice League, please announce it. Well, they announced it. So what do we do with that day? Well, that day is still, an HBO Max launch event. We decided, well, more TPZ decided, and I'm promoting it for them, is that we want to celebrate and show some love to HBO Max and AT&T for releasing Zack Snyder's Justice League. Thank you so much for releasing the Snyder Cut. So our update for 527, donate if you can to the $5.27 American Foundation Suicide Prevention National Campaign, or even sharing the link can help too. This link will be in the description below. Please go and donate just a little bit, and subscribe to HBO Max. So it's a win-win. You know, like Henry Cavill says, win-win. So due to the exciting news, we are thrilled to announce 527 and will now become a thank you HBO Max event on 527. Let HBO Max and AT&T know how thankful we are for hearing our voices. Post your favorite Zack Snyder Justice League related content and tag HBO Max and AT&T. Not like you're not doing it already. I've seen you guys. You guys are doing it. Also, please consider donating to our $5.27 AFSP campaign currently underway. So this is great. This is awesome. In fact, I collected a pretty petty amount from that watch party yesterday. I want to thank you for that. I will tally that up, and I'll put that all to the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention. So thank you so much for your super chat the other day. I will tally it up, and I will send it to the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention, because I think that is such an important thing. This is such an important charity. It all relates to the Snyder Cut, especially justice for Autumn, indeed. So that is it for the Zack Snyder's cut. I'll link this in. I've pinned it, and I'll also link in the description below if you want to go take a closer look at this. And also, the American Foundation Suicide Prevention Campaign, the 527 campaign, and make sure you donate as well. So, because we were talking about Superman earlier, I'm going to keep that tab because I'm going to have to go back to it. Grace Randolph put this out today. P.S. Henry Cavill. Talks are happening, and I hear a deal is coming soon. Like, maybe real soon. Hashtag DC, hashtag DCEU. I am here, baby. So, interesting about this is that several people have already talked about that there is more happening. You can kind of see it, too. You can kind of tell. When Henry Cavill showed up, and he didn't hashtag release the Snyder Cut for the entire time, but showed up for the watch party and showed up for the announcement of the Snyder Cut. You may have wondered, maybe part of that contract deal involved the Zack Snyder's Justice League. But he's not just going to come back for Zack Snyder's Justice League. He's got to come back for more Superman. And that's why Danny was in support of this. Danny retweeted it out, and also, not this, but tweeted out that he was on Zack Snyder's Man of Steel party about Superman. He keeps saying, I still have the cape. I'm hanging out with the cape in my closet. This is indeed a huge move. He's coming back as Superman on Zack Snyder's Justice League. Well, what about the rest of DC films? He's got to have something there, and I think this was in talks for a while now. In fact, we even talked about it earlier. It was last week that we talked about it, or earlier this week. I don't remember anymore. But that Henry Cavill must be in conversation about a new Superman, more Superman content, more Henry Cavill Superman content. The man is beautiful. I want to see him more as Superman. I want to see him more as Superman. So I can't wait. And this is amazing to hear Grace Randolph said this. I do want to give a shout out to Lightcast, who also reported on this as well. And also Louis Centeno. He actually did tell me on Tuesday that Henry Cavill was going to be on the Man of Steel watch party and say that Henry Cavill was going to be there. Although he did say that they were going to announce Man of Steel 2, but that didn't happen. But he did show up. I'll give him credit for that. So Henry Cavill, this must be big. Expect a lot of news from different people, different sources soon about this. I think Umberto was probably kind of talking about how there was a Superman conversation happening last week. So because he brought up about it being overtaken by Supergirl, and at that time people were already talking about Henry Cavill having their talks that are actually indeed happening. So very exciting stuff. What a timeline do we live in, right? But that timeline gets better. I mean, it gets way better. And maybe we can see a bigger picture towards the end of this video. But David Ayer has been doing some stuff lately. I don't have all his tweets up because he tweeted quite a bit today. But he did say in a tweet today, when someone asked him about the Ayer cut, he says, "I wish," right? He actually says, "I wish." So at that point, we were retweeting it and probably, hey, let's get David Ayer cut going, release the Ayer cut maybe, things like that. He also didn't say that, that's a rumor thing. I don't think it's going to happen. I truly support it. And he was, in a way, he was kind of tweeting like he was kind of giving up, right? But on his Instagram, had something interesting here. Before his tweet here, on his Instagram, he posted this. And I can't really zoom in right now, but bunch of papers, and it does say something like Dirty Dozen, right? David on Instagram releases Ayer cut. So Dirty Dozen, is it an actual Dirty Dozen movie he's doing? Or because he referred to a Suicide Squad as a certain Dirty Dozen, is that the code name for this thing? We don't know. But anyway, he says, that's the Dirty Dozen script I'm rewriting. Yeah, I'm back to work. If that doesn't give it away, especially how I read it, then, something's happening. Something is definitely happening. Again, right? And you're like, Chris, seriously, Chris? You just threw your tinfoil away. You're going to put another tinfoil hat on? I was thinking about it. Don't get me wrong, man. I was thinking about it. I was like, did I just throw away the tinfoil hat too early? But see, the tinfoil was really reserved for the Snyder Cut because once this was announced, I think the sky's the limit. Let me get back to you on that. But AT&T, of course, responded. I mean, they responded. Right? When David Ayer says, I wish, someone's replied, complete the gift and release the Ayer cut. Please, please, please. AT&T says, well, wait, one thing at a time, man. One thing at a time. Come on. We just announced Zack Snyder's Justice League. What more do you want? What more do you want? We're going to spend $20 or $30 million, reportedly by the Hollywood Reporter. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. Okay, so we're like, all right, well, fine. One thing at a time. But then, Clayton says, when someone asks, okay, so one thing at a time, HBO, please release the Ayer cut. They show a GIF. I don't have it here. They don't show a GIF of Harley Quinn smiling from the Suicide Squad. From Suicide Squad, not the Suicide Squad. And they're like, okay, always this, release the Ayer cut. And then this happened. Anything is possible. All it takes is a little magic. Takes a little magic with a GIF of Enchantress. What's more, we love you guys as well. Can't wait till it arrives. What is going on? Especially when David Ayer tweeted this in response to AT&T. Standing by. Meaning I'm waiting for it. Stand by, guys. I mean, it went from, it's not going to happen. It's rumor, guys. Come on. To standing by. I don't know. Did he get the call? Is he waiting for the call? Or did they already get called? So this is, now I said I won't go tinfoil, but I want to go deeper down the rabbit hole, per se, because I already took the pill. So let's go down deeper. The Culture Nerd put out something today that was very interesting. The Culture Nerd put out this article, exclusive, Zoic Studios to work on VFX for Snyder Cut and Ayer Cut, written by Marcus Panem today. The VFX studio Zoic Studios, which is known for Lucy in the Sky, Mother, has been tapped by the Stone Quarry, Zack Snyder's production company, to complete remaining VFX work for Zack Snyder's Justice League and David Ayer's Suicide Squad director cuts. Multiple sources close to the Cultured Nerd have revealed. This news comes along the huge announcement Wednesday that Zack Snyder's cut Justice League would be hitting HBO Max in 2021. Many changes are needed in order to complete Snyder's vision, and Zoic Studios will be working on some of the VFX, right? So there are contributions, including adjustments to Superman's iconic black suit and the reversion of Steppenwolf and the parademons to their original appearances. Zoic is expecting this will take them approximately 3 months of work to complete. Reshoots not included. Zoic is one of the multiple studios who will be working on the Snyder Cut. We can also report that David Ayer is indeed getting his Ayer cut, the original version of Suicide Squad, going under the production name Airwolf. The film will feature Enchantress's original plot with the Mother Boxes and Apocalyptians, as well as the deal she made with Joker in the third act. Ayer's Suicide Squad will pave the way for Steppenwolf's arrival in Snyder's Justice League. Zoic Studios has also been hired for VFX on Ayer's Suicide Squad. They expect their work on this film to take approximately 9 months. What is going on? What is going on, guys? This is amazing. This is where you bring out that GIF, that little video, okay, of in Office Space, or The Office, actually, not Office Space, The Office, where he's coming out, Steve Carell's coming out and says, oh my God, it's happening, this is happening, and starts running out. This is it. This is where you got to do this, right? And like I said, I know this seems like tinfoil shit, but I'm telling you, I'm telling you, something has changed within the industry. Something has changed within AT&T, and I think this was the plan all along, right? How far is that rabbit hole? How deep is that rabbit hole? Is it just Zack Snyder's Justice League? That article we talked about, the Hollywood Reporter, I don't think I read the whole thing. Or maybe I did, I don't remember. But this is essentially what you'll need to see. What you'll need to see and realize that something bigger has transpired here. This is an entirely new thing. The 20 million plus Justice League cut plans are revealed, right? So now it says here, debut of the project 2021, possibly a 4-hour director's cut or 6 TV style chapters. I've heard from multiple people it'll still be like chapters first, but there is a film also. But anyway, now, going through this, right, you see them championing the idea of Zack Snyder's Justice League, but also championing Zack Snyder as well. They're celebrating him, right? Even having, putting Toby Emmerich in a good light. You know, he put it in a saving light here, right? They're trying to make it look like they're welcoming back everything in this article. Everything that AT&T and Warner Media has been putting out, every tweet, everything they've done is essentially a welcome back party. This is a welcome back party. This is not a, oh, here's your movie, now get out of here. Here you go, we did it. Okay, bye. You know, it's like, meh. No, this is like, guys, we did it. We love you fans. We love you guys. We love Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder's the man. Come back. Do some stuff on here and make it like huge, right? So they made a huge party. They've got all these trades, and it looks like they actually chose the Hollywood Reporter, because the Hollywood Reporter trade had the most detail in their article rather than other people, right? But they were all ready to pull the trigger on this trade once Zack Snyder announced it. They let Zack Snyder announce it. They let him do it. They're like, it's in your favor. You do it. You got it. Go ahead, right? So he did it. And so it really made a big difference. They saw us. They saw how big we got. They saw how much difference we've made. The charity, the billboards, the plane, the pamphlets, the phone calls, the letters, the non-stop just bludgeoning on them that we really want to see the Snyder Cut. We want the justice for Zack Snyder and Debbie Snyder and the rest of the cast and crew and his entire family. So they heard and they've answered, and they've been very, very vocal about that. You know, HBO Max, AT&T, Warner Media, it's all been Zack Snyder this, Zack Snyder that, responding to fans around the world. AT&T has been the most. I mean, for people who thought, you know what, it's just a telephone company. Well, a telephone company doesn't respond this way. They don't respond in this fashion. Get the team together. You know, it's amazing how much GIFs and things they're utilizing. They're really eating it up. They're really engaging with the fans. This is something that is truly a big difference, right? Whether it be just Jason Kilar or Ann Sarnoff. Then I remember giving you that video a while back when Ann Sarnoff was hired. One of the things she talked about in her video before she was hired, when she was over at BBC, was the importance with engaging with fans, engaging with your customer base, knowing what they want and giving them what they want, because that will make a big difference to get that engagement, to get them to click. So this is huge. This is what they're trying to do. This is what this is the whole idea of the HBO Max model. And this is a game changer, like I said. This is a huge difference because they want to be the next Netflix. What is Netflix known for? Netflix is known for letting the creators create what they want. And the more they say, the less that a studio, the less that a company like AT&T, Warner Media, Warner Max says the less they say yes, the less content they'll get, right? That's why Netflix is pretty smart. They look into this, says, all right, we'll throw in that much amount. Let's try it. Because they know they cannot just stand by and not have content. They need content coming and coming and coming. And it has to be like packed up. They cannot be like Warner Brothers, like, well, wait. Let's see how that goes. No, people want it now, and they want it now. So they're going to have to make the most of it. So this article talking about how there could be doing the Ayer cuts, which I believe that 100% believe now. Believe now. No, I'm not saying it's actually happening, but 100% believe now that the Ayer cut is almost definitely coming. Like I said, this whole COVID-19 blew open a door. It's the perfect recipe. Right? It's the perfect recipe despite this crap that people have to deal with the coronavirus because it is deadly and it's dangerous and things like that. And a lot of people lost their jobs and lives. I get it. But that sucks. That really sucks. But in a certain market, such as the streaming service, it is a perfect recipe. They can't go shoot anything. Like Debbie Snyder said, you can't go and shoot anything. This whole COVID-19 has made a kind of a difference to this Snyder Cut and with possibly other things as well. The novel coronavirus struck, and Hollywood all but shut down in mid-March, says Deborah. People thought it won't be possible to ramp up, and maybe this should go back on the back burner. But we said, no, this is the right time, not we, but her, because our visual effects houses that rely on so much are returning out of work. So now is the time to be doing this. It also helped that many of those post facilities had held on to the original assets. See? They're looking for stuff to do. They're looking stuff to put out. They cannot sit on their butts waiting for this to go away. They got to find content to use. And what better content to use, like I said, the Ayer cut. The Ayer cut is mostly finished, right? Mostly finished before the Parademons and Steppenwolf, right? So the concept of the Parademons and Steppenwolf reportedly from David Ayer is that was only in concept form only, right? And it was kind of and you kind of think back to the Snyder Cut when Zack Snyder says, well, he wanted to keep Steppenwolf for his big bad. But think about this. The Steppenwolf was supposed to be at the end because David Ayer said that Steppenwolf is supposed to be at the end. So technically Zack Snyder's not wrong. Zack Snyder says he was keeping him for his big bad. It doesn't mean Steppenwolf was the big bad in the in David Ayer's Suicide Squad. He came out at the end as a cameo. The big bad is still Enchantress. So he's right about that. And it would have led into Justice League, right? Now, how hard is it to change all those weird, ugly, Last of Us creature-looking things from that to Parademons? They'll probably take CGI. We know that David Ayer said, well, at least reportedly, he said he didn't shoot any of that. Well, maybe he shot of it, but not the CGI aspect in which this VFX company would come in. Now it says it will take 9 months to finish this part, and that, could be, that sounds pretty true. It seems more extensive than Zack Snyder's Justice League because they'll have to add in Parademons. They'll have to add in Steppenwolf. I mean, can you imagine possibly in the scenes where Enchantress is around and her brother is there? Maybe her brother was actually Steppenwolf. I don't know. So we'll have to wait and see about that. But this is incredible. This is just mind blowing that this is a huge possibility. And I think this is the Zack Snyder's Justice League indeed has been quite a beacon. A beacon, right? Let's read this part. Zack adds, this return to that pedigree and to let my singular vision of my movie be realized in this format, in this length, is unprecedented and a brave move. That line right there is a beacon. This is Zack's beacon out to his fellow directors everywhere saying that, look, Did you have problems before? Did you have issues with Warner Brothers before? Well, look at me. Look at what happened to me. And look what's happening now. I got a second chance. I got a second chance to make my vision realized over here at said company, at Warner Media. So this is my invitation to you guys that if you want your voice to be heard, if you want your vision of your work to be seen, come on over to Warner Media Group. And I know David Ayer sniffed that a long time ago, especially that to the point that if his entire singular vision to be realized 100% to his liking, that vision must include parademons, apocalyptians, and Steppenwolf. Right? Or else it wouldn't be David Ayer's Suicide Squad. He's let us know this. He's showing, if he didn't want us to know about Steppenwolf was supposed to be in this movie, Parademons was supposed to be in the movie, and he would have been acceptable with the current Ayer cut without that, then he wouldn't have shared the info, the concept art that Steppenwolf and Parademons were supposed to be in his movie. He clearly has a problem that even his current Ayer cut existence does not include the concept of Steppenwolf, of Parademons and Apocalyptians. So, if Zack Snyder's singular vision of his movie is to be realized in this format, in the length that is unprecedented and a brave move, then, by God, my God, for all intents and purposes, Ayer should be able to do the same. And now you may be saying, Chris, come on, Chris, one thing at a time, one thing at a time. And I get it. I get you want to say that. I do get it. But I also want to tell you that's probably not what AT&T Warner Media is thinking. Like I said, they're hurting for content. They're going to need everything packed in there if they want even to lick the balls of Netflix right now. And they are going to try to win. They said, we're AT&T. We're AT&T. We're a huge company. We just ate up Warner Brothers. We just created Warner Media. We got Zack Snyder's Justice League here. We got one of the single most incredible IPs on our network, and it could only be seen on our network, on HBO Max. A series, a miniseries, or a complete movie that has Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg, The Flash, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, Darkseid, Steppenwolf. I mean, the list goes on. You think they're going to stop there? You think they're going to stop there? No. So I think this actually is huge. Because even over there, this return to pedigree to let my singular vision, his vision wasn't just one movie. This is his vision. Why do we have all the God shirt? It goes down all to the little baby. It goes all the way down to the little baby. That's his vision. And I believe, without even using a tinfoil hat, that vision, the entire vision, will be realized on HBO Max. Like Stephen Colbert had said, and I can't find that clip. I wanted to use it. So, sorry. But he said, when November happened, he told me, he said this, Chris, this is Zack Snyder's world. And we live in it. We just live in it. I mean, that's perfect. And that's realized now. This is Zack Snyder's world, and we live in it. HBO Max is going to be Zack Snyder's sandbox, his playground. Sandbox, like Matthew at the Lightcast has said, this is his sandbox, and he's going to play in it. He's going to get to play all kinds of things in it. And that is incredibly just mind fucking blowing, right? I mean, this is the type of feeling you should have for the OG DCEU in 2016, minus all the bad shit that happened, right? Minus all that Snyderverse, the OG DCEU is a possibility. The sky's the limit on HBO Max. The sky's the limit on HBO Max. This is amazing, right? And like I said, Zack Snyder's Justice League is a beacon to artists all over the world that your vision will be shown on HBO Max. So this is amazing. All right, enough of that. I'm gonna end it there because there is so much more to talk about. And it's getting really long. And I thought that after Zack Snyder's Justice League was to announce, before, I thought the news were going to be slow. But I think we've opened the Snyder box, the Pandora Snyder box, and let loose an incredible new timeline that is a continuation of 2016 before all that should happen. Paused, but not stopped. All right, guys. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.